Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm coming to you live and direct, not from the California. This is just a jumper I purchased from the shopping center one day when I was cold because the AC was on too hard. And I went to the cheapest shop I could find, a jumper that looked half decent, debatable, let's be honest. It looks 20% decent on me. I picked it up, bought it, went back to the coffee shop, and I carried on just plowing through work. Just plowing through work. Just plow. And so basically that's why I'm wearing this jumper. And I found it today because I was a little bit cold. It's a little bit chilly. Would you agree? And thank you to everybody who's already in the chat. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. OMB. Wa alaikum assalam. Bike Life. Nice name. Government name, I'm assuming. Bike Life. Okay, I have a confession to make. I told you guys that today I would have ready the WhatsApp number. I don't have the WhatsApp number ready, nor do I have ready the little sound bites because I wanted to have a little bit of a sound bite, like reminder of the week, of the day. But it's been a little bit hectic because we're moving the studio around. As you can see from the ladder in the corner, in the back left corner. Shout out to ladders. They've been a big part of our journey here at FG, moving lights, moving things. We're moving the studio around because we're building another set. If you're a member of the FG Tribe, fgtribe.com, you will actually know that we are moving things around because we're filming a vlog around it right now. And so you can see the BTS vlog for that if you are a member of the fgtribe.com. Actually, that could be another soundbite, a little fgtribe.com. And guess what? I'm going to make all of them myself. So every time you hear it, if it's just like a little accent, like an American accent where it's like fgtribe.com, actually just know that it was just me faking an accent. And then putting a bit of a reverb on it or something. But hopefully they'll be here tomorrow, the sound bites, and the WhatsApp number, hopefully. I actually just left my old phone at home and I was meant to like reset it and all that kind of stuff. Wa alaikum assalam, Zaid. So that's the situation. It's the situation. We don't have I'm going to make this a bit smaller. There we go. We'll put that there in the corner there. Or there. Yeah, there's good there. So that's why we don't have that or that. But I was not going to not do the stream because I'm not crazy. So the stream is happening. And we start today with... should we start with a reminder of the day? Or should we start with the news? Some news. Some news or the reminder of the day? What feels more like natural? I think reminder, actually. So let's start with a reminder. Let's start with some khair. Okay, we're starting with a reminder of the day, straight into the stream. The reminder of the day. The reminder of the day today is a reminder. Let me just get it up. Okay. The reminder of the day today, as you're traveling through the city streets or the countryside lanes or the desert, or you're making your morning omelette, as we always say, or you're feeding your morning child, your morning child, or you're doing whatever. I don't know what you're doing at 7 o'clock in the morning if you're in the UK, 6 o'clock in the morning if you're in Germany, 8 o'clock in the morning if you're in France, midnight if you're in Malaysia or something. But whatever you're doing, we're about to hit you with a reminder. And the reminder is coming now. Here's a reminder of the day. It's titled, Why Hardship Can Be Better for You Than Ease. Why hardship can be better for you than ease. Okay, said to start with a reminder. So yeah, we're getting a little bit. We're getting some clicks for the reminder. We're like, yeah, let's start with the reminder. Why hardship can be better for you than ease. A lot of times we only look at hardship. Let me just get my tongue twister. A lot of times we only look at hardship as something negative. But in Islam, hardship can actually be a form of mercy because of what it produces in a person. I mean, if that was the reminder enough, if that was the only part of the reminder, it would have been enough. But your boy's got more. F.C. in the place that be the studio for F.G. Uh, okay. Hardship can actually be a form of mercy because of what it produces in a person. Here's a few reasons scholars mention why difficulty can be better for your faith than an easy period in your life. So if you're going through a bit of difficulty right now, um, just Hassan wants to get in contact. Hassan, you can always contact me. I mean, that's too long to even be seen on screen. But you can just message me at Facebook. You can drop me an email at facebook@freshtoground.com. My email is publicly accessible, publicly known. Um, just drop me an email. Where was I going? Okay, here are. Do you know what? Let me just open this on the side so that I can see your comments at the same. There we are. There we are. Zaid said he's actually making an omelette. See, I was making this for the few of us who are omelette breakfasters. Although I have recently moved on to just Weetabix, just pure Weetabix with oat milk, barista edition, not to be mistaken for barista edition, which would be a legal oat milk. No, this is the coffee barista. You guys just want the reminder in it. All right. Here are a few reasons why scholars mention why a difficulty can be better for your faith than an easy period in life. Number one, hardship can push you back into worship. We've all been there. Life gets a little bit tight. People naturally make a bit more dua. People pray more sincerely and they return to things like tahajjud. Ease often makes people forget, but difficulty brings clarity. I was thinking about this earlier and I just thought to myself, you know what, in the grand scheme of things, on Yom Qiyamah, on Judgment Day, when I'm standing there, I would be more grateful for any opportunity that I took to worship more and to worship more sincerely or to wake up for tahajjud, um, then maybe the ease that didn't give me that. So when I'm going through hard times and I find myself asking more, making more dua, praying more tahajjud and stuff like that, then I should be grateful for those moments. Number two, hardship makes you reevaluate your actions. A test can make you step back and say, hold on a second, is there a sin that's leading to this? As we know, that our pious predecessors would be able to pinpoint which. I'm going to start again. Our pious predecessors would be able to pinpoint which sin has led to a certain calamity. Sometimes even. Can we say that? That's how little they would sin, by the way. That they could be like, oh, I wasn't. And like, for example, I can't remember which one it is. Drop it in the comments if you know. But there was a pious predecessor who said that he was unable to pray tahajjud for like 6 months or something. And he realized he knew which sin led to that. There's so many lessons to take from that first, by the way. First of all, the fact that they sinned so little that they could pinpoint it, but also the fact that tahajjud was such a big part of their life that for them not being able to pray tahajjud is a calamity. For us, if we think calamity, we think of like, you know, things that go wrong from like an injury or the loss of a loved one or loss of wealth. But they would see not being able to wake up for tahajjud as a calamity. Not even like a fard, like not even like fajr. Do we even see not waking up for fajr as a calamity? Hopefully we do. By the way, side note, because this live stream is full of side notes, I'm actually going to try today to not say the word because I was listening back to yesterday's live stream and I was like, I say so much, it's actually frustratingly annoying, which are synonyms, to be honest. So there was no need to say frustratingly annoying. But I heard myself say so much, so I'm going to try not to. I will fail, probably instantly, because I'm really already trying now. But we're going to try not to. So there we go. I just did it. I literally just did it. Number one was hardship pushes you back into worship. Number two is that hardship can make you reevaluate your actions. Number three, hardship can increase your charity and good deeds. Sometimes when people are humbled, they give more, they help others more, and they think about their akhirah more. Ease can make you comfortable. Difficulty wakes you up. Number four, hardship exposes your dependence upon Allah. In ease, you might think you're in control. In hardship, you realize how much you actually rely upon Allah. That realization in itself is a blessing. Number five, hardship wipes away sins. The Prophet ﷺ said that even a thorn that pricks a believer wipes away sins. So actual pain is giving you real spiritual benefit. If I had a mic, I would drop it. I do have a mic, but it's on a stand. So I take that back. I'm not going to drop it. Last 2 points. The penultimate point. Number 6. Hardship might block something harmful. You like that word penultimate, didn't you? Yeah. You can have it. Sometimes Allah doesn't give you ease because that ease would lead you to arrogance, to neglect, to sin, or to bad company. A hardship can redirect your life away from a path that would have damaged you. Nuff said. Hey, nuff said. Finally, the final point. Number 7. Hardship often produces long-term growth. People become wiser, more patient, more grateful, and more conscious of their choices in life because of what they've gone through. Ease rarely creates that type of growth. So, to conclude, that was like too much of a dramatic pause. Like you can do so to conclude and then pause for a second, but like so to conclude and pause for a minute is a bit long. So to conclude, when hardship comes, ask yourself, what good is Allah bringing out of this for me? Also ask yourself, what part of my life is He correcting or improving through this? This mindset itself is part of having tawakkul. Sometimes the difficulty is not the real harm. The real harm could have been an easy life that made you forget Allah. And that, brothers and sisters, is the reminder of the day. Now, going swiftly over to some news. Unfortunately, there is some sad news, some tragic news, in fact, today to report. And that tragic news is the news of what happened at Umrah with the bus. Don't know if you guys have heard this, so I'm going to read the headline for you, or for my phone, in fact. It's very tragic news, very sad news. And I'm finding it. I've lost it. Here we go. The headline reads, Bus crash kills 42 Indian Umrah pilgrims near Medina, Saudi Arabia. That is very, very saddening. A bus carrying Indian Umrah pilgrims from Mecca to Medina collided with a diesel tanker near Mufrihat on November 17th, 2025, yesterday, causing a fire that killed 42 Indians, mostly from Hyderabad, and 2 others, including entire families across 3 generations. Subhanallah. Including entire families across 3 generations. Subhanallah. One Indian survivor is receiving medical treatment while Saudi authorities handle identification and investigations into the cause. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. 42 pilgrims killed. 42 people taking Umrah. May Allah grant them Jannah. The crash occurred around 1:30 a.m. local time. Reports indicate at least 45 pilgrims were killed and only one person survived with serious injuries. The victims included women, children, and large families traveling together. For Muslims anywhere, all of us, these are our fellow believers, and they were on a sacred journey. And so, we keep them in our du'as, their families in our du'as. We ask Allah to grant them Jannah. And it's a reminder, it should serve as a reminder for us. Um, for us to be able to reflect on life and death. For us to be able to reflect on life and death. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. I'm sure more information will come out. Maybe there'll be some opportunity to support the families and stuff like that. But I wanted to start with that news because I thought that was that happened last night or yesterday actually. Sorry, I saw the news yesterday after our stream, and I've heard it deeply disheartening. But I wanted to share it with you guys here if you haven't heard it. In terms of other news, then we haven't really got much. I'm still struggling with that element, which I look to improve with the WhatsApp, the business the freshly guided WhatsApp that we hopefully going to create in the next 24 hours. Hopefully by tomorrow's stream, you'll have the freshly guided WhatsApp number. It'll be on screen. You can send in suggestions for articles. You can send in voice notes for opinions. You can send in messages, and we will read them, some of them, on stream. And I still don't know how to sort that out. I need to get some kind of like eSIM or something for that. Also, we are only, I think, 5 days. It's not 5 days. What am I talking about? We are, I think, less than 100 days away from Ramadan now. How many days until Ramadan? Confusing thing about Ramadan for me is that Ramadan in Arabic is spelt right with a dod, yeah. But I often hear people pronouncing it as if it's spelt with a dha. Have you guys heard that? Like, I've heard people like say Ramadan. Ramadan, you can understand because it's often being sent by somebody who's speaking in English. But Ramadan, I've heard that a lot. Like I feel like I've heard like knowledgeable people say that. So my question is where am I going wrong with this? Is it a case of something being spelt one way but being pronounced in another way? Entirely possible. But I say Ramadan. How do you guys pronounce it? And I only say that because I just read it as a dod. Anyway, let me know in the comments. Today, Tuesday, 18th of November, 2025, Ramadan is about 92 days away. It's always so interesting when we get to this point. I feel like every year someone drops that we're like 100 days away from Ramadan, and it just feels like whoa. OMB said no, it's just a dialect. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, what is the weather going to be? So, okay, Ramadan prayer times UK 2025. Fatou said, "What is the reminder of the day?" Uh, Fatou, you missed it, unfortunately. However, being that this is live, being that this is on YouTube, you can just pull the video back. But the reminder today was about why hardship, uh, why some of the scholars say that hardship can sometimes be a better for us. There can be some khair in it. And we gave 7 reasons, 7 points why there can be some goodness in it. Says, can you tell us your parenting technique that you mentioned yesterday? I say it like it's like a, I say that like like it's a, like a framework that I use. It's not a framework, but as in, I try to be incredibly uh, intentional with my parenting, I suppose was my point. I think like it's the biggest investment you can make in yourself is actually your kids. Actually, I was thinking about this earlier today. I was thinking, what is it? What is the reason why us as parents feel so passionate about raising good kids? Like, for example, the best compliment, I think the parents here who are listening will agree with me. If you agree with me, chuck it in the comments or in the live chat. Uh, what is it about how Naeem said, remember your morning adhkar, y'all? Oh no, he said all. But I added the Y, y'all. What was my question? We were actually going to talk about Ramadan timetable. But we'll get back to that. I was going to say, I was thinking about this morning on my drive on the school run. I was thinking the best compliment you can give a parent is to say that their children are well behaved. Would you guys agree? It's like if you're a parent in the comment, let me know. For some reason, it just like brings this sense of pride, this sense of like accomplishment, but also like being proud of your kids. It's like once you become a parent, the best compliment you can get would be a compliment on your kids, and you feel so happy when your kid is improving. My teacher, my kid's teacher, yesterday was like, "Your kid is Khalil." She didn't say your kid is doing all right. No, she said Khalil, to use his full government name, is really improving and doing really well in like English and reading and stuff like that. I mean, he's only 4. The kid's 4. He's not reading, you know, the sealed nectar yet, but he's doing good. He can read words like dust. Could you read dust at 4? I don't know. We don't know because we don't remember being 4. But oh man, just tangents, just tangents, just going off on tangents. Focus. Yeah. So the best compliment you can get as a parent is that your children are well behaved. Said, I was told my child looked loved and happy, and that was a huge boost. That's such a great compliment, and that's such a testament to you as a mother. I'm assuming you're a mother because your username says Uh, it would be kind of weird if you were male actually at that point. If your username is really. Uh, but so anyway, are we going to ever finish this topic? The best compliment you can get as a parent is that your child is behaved well. What's my point? Then I was thinking to myself, why? I think, why are we I'm so invested in intentionally trying to raise good kids in terms of behavior, in terms of morals, in terms of ethics. It matters to me. In terms of who they hang around with, just everything matters to me. And I was thinking on my drive this morning, I was thinking, why does it matter? لماذا? ليش? كيون? How do you say why in German? The reason is because, so then I was thinking about what is the reason, and then at first I tried to justify it. I tried to give myself answers. So I was thinking to myself, okay, like um, maybe because uh, the best answer I could come up with when I was trying to give myself an answer, I was like, no, I have to have an answer for this. There must be a reason why I care about this so much. And so the best answer I could give myself is I said, I had 2 kind of answers. I said, one was like, okay, because your children will benefit you in the akhirah, and so they're like ongoing deeds. And so I care about my akhirah, and therefore I care about raising good children because they could benefit me in the akhirah. So I was like, okay, that's a good answer. And I was like, but is that really the answer? So I was thinking more. I was like, okay, that's plausible, there could potentially be an answer, but in my heart, in the depth of my heart, is that like what I think about every time I'm like, I care so much about raising good kids. So the second reason I was like, okay, it matters to me I, um, because like I love them so much and like I want good for them, right? Which I guess is true. I mean, it is true, but again, I was thinking like, is that what I think about every time? Because it's a knee, like trying to raise my kids well is a knee jerk reaction, right? So it's almost like when you're walking in the road and then there's a car and then like you quickly run out of the way. Like you don't think before you do it. So like raising good kids is not something that you think about. You just like really passionately care about it. So then I came to the conclusion of what I think is the correct answer. And I'm intrigued about what you guys think about this. I came to the conclusion that, do you know what? It could be all of those things. It could be that it's an investment for my akhirah. It could be that it's just because I just love them so much. But what the conclusion I came to was that it's because it's just something that Allah puts in parents. It's just something that Allah has innately put in a parent. It's like unbelievable love for a child that you love more than you love yourself, really, to an extent. Um, like it's unbelievable love. That's like so. It's just default. It's the asl. It's just like the default is I want good for this kid, and I will intentionally do anything I can to protect him and his. In my case, because I have three boys, uh, morals, his ethics, his I saw this video the other day of Prince William saying that his kid is 12 and he's not allowed a phone, right? And it just made me think about phones and kids again, and I was like, yeah, like there's no chance my 12-year-old like is gonna have access to the whole world. Even things like, okay, so my kids are so young, right? 6, 4, and 1 to be exact. And I remember when, I mean, way before it was actually useful to me, I remember Sheikh Muhammad Tim giving me a piece of advice about, oh, like, you're just telling me about like raising kids and stuff. And I must have asked him about like using a computer because personally, my mum let us use the house computer from a really young age, and we really benefited from it. Like we would like that's why I started my first business when I was like 14 or 13, and like I was editing school vlogs, in high school, and I like got a when I was in my media A levels, I got a I mean I could boast, but let's move on. The point is that we really benefit from it because it was like the revolution at the time. We were still raising that point where if your phone was ringing, you wouldn't be able to connect to the internet. It's one or the other, mate. It's one or the other, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's one or the other, mate. And also, it was like, do you remember Blue Yonder? And it's like, the boop, boop, boop. So we were around that time. So I'm saying that it was still like the revolution at the time. Um, oh, I did. I'm so sorry, guys. And so we benefited from it. Like now, the fact that we're able to do this stream and have like these lights and this camera and it's all connected and the mic and everything, it's just because we were using this stuff, and so we benefit from it. At like 15 years old, I was admin of a forum, because at the time forums were big, that had 10,000 members. And I got promoted to admin. And I felt like I took that as if it was my full-time job. And I learned so many skills in that. على كل حال, I do want my kids to benefit from computers. It would be weird if I didn't, considering I make a living using a laptop. How do you approach that situation, one might ask. And so I asked Sheikh Tim. And the conclusion is that we're going to have a house computer. You're not going to get an individual computers that you can use in your bedrooms. It's a house computer that's in the dining room, for example, the living room, whatever. It's in a main room and it's facing out. So imagine like that, which is not a green screen. It's a real wall. If you guys don't believe me, I'll walk there right now. If that was my dining room, the desk would be there and the computer would be facing out. You can use, and then you could have your time slots. You can use it, but it's just knowing that everybody not can be watching, but can see. It's like when two people are looking to get married, right? And then they can have a meeting, and let's say the brother goes to the sister's house. The dad is there, and the dad lets the brother and the sister who are interested in each other for marriage to have a conversation in a separate room. They could be in a completely separate room if they're getting to know each other for marriage. The mahram's in the house. It's not that he's listened to every single word of the conversation. It's the fact that he could at any moment. It's the fact that he could just open the door and come in, or he could come and listen in, and that's the point, right? And so that's how I would have a computer. What were we even getting? But that matters to me. Was the point? So I'm thinking about these things, but it's far too early because they're 6, 4, and 1. They're 6, 4, and 1. What was even the point? So I was thinking about the fact that why does it matter so much? And that's the conclusion I came to, because Allah puts it in you as a parent by default. That's my conclusion. That's my conclusion. And I'm sticking to it. Says, what kind of tarbiyah did you do in the first 2 years? First 2 years, your first 2 years really, child just needs love. That's a good question, actually, because my 1-year-old is in that first 2 years. So what do we do? What tarbiyah do we do? Just love. Like, I don't discipline my 1-year-old. I mean, if he's like putting something in his mouth, like, no. The classic parent, no. It's got a little bit of a ring to it, no. That. And no, you just got to look after your child, isn't it? Keep him fed. Make sure he rests. Keep him warm. Keep him clean. Give him love. What can you do? It's really, I think, the dad's role, or controversial here now, but a baby really, like, my kids are all like really, they are still, but so attached to their mother, but like, especially like growing up, you just support in raising the kid, really, right? But then as a dad, you can start implementing your whatever rules and tarbiyah a little bit more easier when you're able to talk to them. And, they start talking after 2, really, don't they? Maybe 3, maybe 4. My firstborn spoke really late, and then my second really early. Well, not really early, just normal. And then my third, he still ain't speaking. Well, I'll give him eloquency in his words. I mean, we will move on because not everybody here is a parent. Although Lubna asked, what age would you give your kids a phone? I don't know. I don't have to think about that right now. I know some parents who are having to think about that right now, and I have no idea. And phones, by the time my kids are going to have phones, they're going to evolve so much. I don't even know what that means. And I don't know right now. But definitely not anytime in the near future, obviously. Right, let's carry on the discussion. I actually had a few other points, actually, for the stream. Reminder of the day, news. Oh, weight loss according to the Sunnah. And weight loss according to the Sunnah. I read a tweet. That was meant to be the tweet of the day, or the X of the day. But before that, let's carry on this Ramadan discussion, because I was just thinking, okay, so it's in Feb. So it's roughly around, 18th of Feb. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what the prayer timetables will be in London. Okay, so roughly, Fajr will be at 5:14 a.m. That is nice. For all my 30-year-olds right now, we're all collectively saying that is nice. Because for the last, that's like, do you guys remember in primary school, we used to have really short, fasts. We're coming back to that period now. But for the last 10 years, 15 years, it's been a shift. 5:14 a.m. Fajr, not bad. You can have a full night's sleep. It gets as early as 4 a.m. That's a little bit tough. 7 a.m. is sunrise. And then, we got Cairo Ramen in the building. Cairo Ramen in the building. Guys, to tell you a funny story about Cairo Ramen is that when I first met him, I was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe not when I first have met him, but the point is that I said to him, somebody goes, Hanji Lala. Who is that? Ibrahim Dean. That is hilarious. Okay, anyway, Kyra Rahman. Let me say something funny about Kyra Rahman. When I first met him, he was like, when I asked him what his name was, he said Kyra Rahman, and I was like, oh, that like sounds like exotic name. And then like I saw his name spelled out, and it was the Rahman, and I said, oh, your name is Kyra Rahman, not ramen, like the noodles. So anyway, Umar is saying, I think in 2030 there'll be 2 Ramadans in that year. Come on. 2 Ramadans. Yeah, I think you're right. All right, so let's carry on. So Fajr will be at 5:14 a.m. Sunrise at 7 a.m. One Ramadan, by the way, I was looking at the calendar wrong. I was looking at what time sunrise was, thinking that's the time we can eat until. And then I was just like, oh, like 7 a.m. we can eat until. Like, that's easy. And then like day one of Ramadan hit. And then my, you know, head got back screwed on. I was like, oh yeah, like I have to stop eating at the adhan. So then, just a reminder, guys, if those of you who thought that. Anyway, Maghrib 5:20 p.m. That is early. That's just skipping lunch. That's not even having a late dinner. I know you, man, here have your dinners at 8 p.m. Ridiculous. Redonkulous. Dinner should be 6 p.m. latest. Excuse me? No, joking. We've got Suleiman in the building, by the way, guys. He just coughed on my live stream. I'm joking. How are you guys finding Suleiman on FG, by the way? Give me some comments. Give me some feedback. Drop it in the comments. He'll be reading them. Yeah, I remember. I remember. You remember? I was gonna say I remember about the yeah. So one time in primary school, I was fasting, and and I know it must have been early because the receptionist came into my after school club, probably drama. I was probably just dropping gems on how to act. And my primary school, that's UK time, yeah. That's UK times, yeah, guys. That's UK times. The receptionist from our school. So it was after school club. So you could say what, 4 o'clock? Receptionist from my school comes up to the hall. I just remember when I was in primary school, I also did break dancing class. Like what? So maybe they came onto my break dance class. What a ridiculous hypochondriac, or what is the word here? But anyway, or maybe it's some kind of like, it's something. I was in some after school club in primary school, and the receptionist comes up and goes, "Oh, your mum just called and said it's time for you to break your fast. So here's a glass of water." So that must have been like 4 p.m. Nice. Nice. And now I'm going back to that time. Zaid says Suleiman the G. Omar says Suleiman the goat. The goat. Goat discussion is like, that's like 10, 20 years in. Give him the goat. Yeah. A G. Yeah. Goat. Give the guy 20 years. Yeah. So that's the Ramadan time. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Suleiman and Johan, they have to do more episodes. I finished all of them. No, OMB. They do weekly episodes, but they're available on fttribe.com. So it's £5 a month. You get a bunch of access to a bunch of extra Fresh Uganda content. And one of them is 2 for 2. And they do weekly episodes every single week. They haven't stopped, but it's available on fttribe.com. I would apologize, but something has to keep this machine running. It's £5 a month. Go subscribe. All right. So let me just, we're almost at the end of the stream this morning, but I have a Tweet of the day. And the tweet of the day is from a Twitter account, a brother called Idris. Oh, she said, I know. Sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you. Oh, in that case, yeah, they do need to get on more episodes then. They have to do it more often. Actually, guys, I'm going to let a cat out of the bag here. I was telling Suleiman this morning that he should start live streaming. And so I think he's going to start live streaming Fresh Guided. Do you guys want to see that? Give him some motivation. He's nervous for it. So let him know if you think that he should start live streaming. Let him know. Okay, here we go. We're going to go into this this thing. It's this tweet, right? And actually, it's actually attributed to another account called Arisa Sweet Treats. Okay. Burn fat the Sunnah way. Is your weight stuck? Try the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's routine that burnt fat, no diet needed. Simple habits, deep wisdom, real results. Anything that we say according to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we need to verify, by the way, guys. And I'm just reading this tweet, so we should verify this. Let's try and keep it generic on the stuff that we know from the Sunnah. So this is saying like the truth about belly fat is that it can come from skipping meals, late night snacking, poor sleep, increased cortisol from stress, and then stress stores fat around your tummy. Wake up before Fajr. This boosts metabolism. That is a part of the Sunnah, waking up early. Pray Fajr, then take a light walk. Drink 1 glass of warm water. So look, by the way, I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not claiming all of these things that I'm reading to be part of the Sunnah. I'm just reading this tweet. Wake up before Fajr. Boost metabolism. Pray Fajr, then take a light walk. Drink 1 glass of warm water, plus lemon, plus pinch of black seed, which flushes your toxins and jump starts fat burning. Oh, I need to carry on with the black seeds. I have black seeds at home that I bought. I need to carry on taking them. Black seeds are a cure for everything except death. Breakfast, have it between 7 to 9 a.m. They're not claiming this to be the Sunnah, but have 1 boiled egg or oats with honey, 3 to 5 soaked almonds, herbal drink, green tea or cinnamon water. The science behind it is that it's protein plus fiber, which keeps you full and fewer cravings. Nice. I actually had some granola today with almond with vanilla with vanilla yogurt and peanut butter granola. And it was between 7 and 9 a.m. So far I'm killing it. Midday between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., which is when I'm planning to have my next meal now. Drink cumin and mint water, which improves digestion and burns belly fat. Don't skip lunch. The Sunnah balance, 1/3 food, 1/3 drink, 1/3 air. I've got to say something about this. You know when people quote this, the Sunnah way to eat is to have 1/3 water, 1/3 food, 1/3 air. The hadith actually states that don't eat until you're full. But if you must, then have 1/3 food, 1/3 drink, 1/3 air. We often misquote that. We say like, oh, like sometimes you're with the brothers and like, oh, I've had my third. And the goal wasn't to reach your third. The goal was if you're going to munch till you're full, then have a third for this, a third for that, a third for that. Not reach your third. Hey, I'm just saying. Oh, and that's it. That's the end of the tweet. Oh no, there's more. Evening, Asr to Maghrib. Drink ginger, lemon, and honey warm water, which melts stubborn fat and reduces inflammation. Short walk or light workout, and 10-minute dhikr meditation, which reduces stress, less cortisol, and less belly fat. Okay. Nighttime. After Isha, eat dinner before 8:30. Keep it light. Drink fennel which they've said is saunf and cinnamon water. Sleep before 11 p.m. Before 11 p.m., mate. That's late. I'm going to tell you guys what time I slept last night. And then it says Sunnah, fat burning drink. Yeah, so I think you'd have to verify this stuff, guys. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying I read a tweet. It sounds beneficial, but in the future, I'm going to make sure I do a bit more research. All right, let me tell you guys about my sleep last night before I go. Last night, I slept. Oh, we should do this every day as a segment, and you guys can hold me accountable for sleeping early. So good. So good. So good. All right. Ibrahim says, will there be a freshly grounded paddle team? Listen here. There must be. Oh, I should have Yeah, we need to make that happen. We need to make freshly grounded paddle in some way, shape, or form connect. Yeah. All right, here he is. Last night, I went to sleep at 9:37 post meridian. 9:37. I then woke up a few times in the night last night. First time, I don't remember, at 11:20 p.m. For 2 minutes, I was awake, apparently. It's interesting. I woke up again at 1:45 a.m. That was when two of my children decided to come to my bed. And so, as a good parent, what did I do? I got up and I left my bed and I went to sleep in their bed. And then I slept, and then I was awake at 5 a.m. on the dot with 81 BPM. I'm assuming that's something to do with my heart. And then, guys, I'm not going to lie, your boy knocked out again. And I woke up officially and finally. Oh no, I was up for the day. I was up for the day. By 5:45, your boy's up and out. So I went to sleep at 9:37 p.m. What time did you guys sleep last night? Right. So that was the sunnah. That was the sunnah. That was the tweet of the day. But tomorrow I'm gonna find one that's like verified, or just a tweet that's gonna get a bit of a discussion out. Let me go back to the comments now. Freshly grounded. Ibrahim, I'm actually doing a podcast with Ibrahim on Thursday. Ibrahim has a podcast called The Barakah Blueprint. I will be on it on Thursday. Inshallah, that's when we're filming it. I don't know when it's releasing. Maybe you can tell us, Ibrahim, how quickly do you release episodes? Is it same day? Is it same day? The other thing is we have I'm doing the ums again. By the way, yesterday, I know you guys might be thinking, did I get in trouble? Oh, we released at 10 p.m. Oh, it's actually being released same day. That's impressive. I was joking, but that is impressive. It's actually being released same day. That's impressive. Oh no, you went to bed at 10 p.m. That's impressive though. That's good. 10 p.m. is good. Guys, yesterday I announced accidentally, before I was meant to, that I am hosting the Sonny Bill Williams tour. I then spoke to the organizers, and I can tell you that I am still hosting it, alhamdulillah. I did not blow my chances. And they're actually going to release it as a trailer or something. And then I clipped it and put it on socials. Just double down on the fact that I made this mistake. There you go. So it's all official now. December. Get your tickets. Grab your tickets. Don't just get them, grab them. With force. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Have a good day at work. Have a good day at home. Have a good day studying. Just have a good day. And I will see you tomorrow morning with hopefully some sound bites. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.